So I'm going to go over a couple of topics here. First, I'll begin with the course grading. The course has two grading components. The first is the lecture, and the second is the laboratory. So you will have separate scores for each of those two components, but they will be put together at the end to give you one grade. So you'll have a grade in the lecture on your transcript. You will not have a grade in the laboratory on your transcript. The lecture is valued more than the laboratory for this course. It's 70 to 30. So it's 70% lecture, 30% laboratory. Again, the laboratory work will be done with Professor Mackenzie. For your lecture grading, everything will be done on what's called ALEX. ALEX is an online learning system that you have to purchase in this course. It also includes your textbook. So it has a textbook, it has a homework system, and it has an exam system, all of those built into one. The grading in the lecture will be primarily your homework assignments. So you have 8 homework assignments, one for each chapter. And that accounts for the vast majority of your lecture grades, 85%. Only 15% of the grading is due to exams. Okay. So here are the titles of each of these homework assignments. We call them modules in ALEX. They're based on chapters. So the first one would be chapter 14, which is called kinetics. It has 15 homework problems as a set that you have to complete. And it has a due date. So be aware that this course is highly due date dependent. So you will have assignments due every week of the course through the winter semester, through the winter module, okay? So pay attention to these dates. They also appear in the ALEX system, but I put them on the syllabus just so that you could see them. Some of the homework topics are a little fewer problems. Some of them are as little as 12, others as large as 15, but roughly similar numbers. The last one is organic chemistry. That's chapter 23. That one is extra credit. And you'll note that it's due the same day as chapter 20, nuclear chemistry. So if you do intend to perform that extra credit of organic chemistry, you will need to complete the nuclear chemistry homework early. If you don't complete that one early, you will not have time to do the organic chemistry one. So what I recommend for any of the homework or exams for that matter is that you do them a few days before they're due and start the next one early. Once you complete an assignment, let's say chapter 14 kinetics, immediately once that's done, chapter 15 chemical equilibrium will become available for you to work on. So work ahead by several days. Do not put them off to the last day. If you do, you will run into problems most likely. And at the end, you will not have time to do the extra credit organic chemistry, which is equally weighted with the other assignments. Again, it is extra credit, so you don't have to do that last one, but it could give you some extra points. The second lecture topic or the second lecture category in terms of grading are the exams. And notice they also have due dates, and those due dates are the same as the respective chapters of the homework. So my advice would be do the homework for the chapter and then take the exam. Okay. Now the exams are relatively short. They generally have 5 questions. The questions are taken essentially from the homework assignments. They're very similar to the ones in the homework. And you don't have a lot of time for the exams. You only have about 40 minutes to do them, but there's only 5 questions. Okay. 35 to 40 minutes, actually. And there's only 5 questions. It is also on the ALEX learning system. Okay. So you do get to drop the lowest exam score. So if you happen to you get sick, or you have an emergency and you miss an exam, you get to drop the lowest score of the exams, okay? Again, stay ahead of the due dates because sometimes what happens is our emergencies occur. These are due on particular days where you might have an emergency that day and then can't have time to finish everything up. So make sure you do things a couple of days early. Stay ahead of the course. So the course grading can be calculated just based on taking your lecture score and your laboratory score. So really all you have to do is just go to the ALEKS page, and there will be a one score number that you have that essentially takes into account all of your homeworks, all the exams that you performed. It'll give you a score. And whatever that percentage is, you could just put that in as the lecture percentage. So let's say your ALEKS score is 92. You just put a 92 in here where it says lecture percentage. Multiply that by 70 over 100. Do the same thing. Get your laboratory score as a percentage, multiply that by 30 over 100, add those two together. That will give you your overall score. And then you can just use this grading, this little set of numbers here to decide what grade you have at any point during the course once you start turning things in. Okay.